I want you to divide those 30 hashtags into 3 different groups. Divide it into Hi guys, my name is Nishita Agarwal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am super excited for this video because in this video I'm going to be dropping some very big, huge truth bombs around how you can be getting followers without using follow for follow, engagement groups, like for likes, and all these shady activities that a lot of people are doing out there. So if that's something that you're interested in, let's just get into the video. I have divided this video into 2 parts. In the first part, I will be telling you exactly how to post, or when to post, what kind of hashtags that you should be using, irrespective of the niche that you belong to. And in the second part, I will be giving you the content ideas that you could be just copy pasting and making content around, making content for, so that you keep on getting followers automatically using the Instagram's algorithm, and you don't really have to worry about doing like anything else because you'll be getting engagement, profile visits, and all of the good stuff. So let's get into the first part of the video. In this first part, I will be sharing 7 tips with you, and they're all based on how to post and when to post, what kind of hashtags to use. So the very first point that I really want to share with you is having the correct kind of caption, which should definitely be long form, because Instagram really promotes your post if your caption is read. Instagram basically wants the user to spend more time on Instagram. So anything that you do that makes the user spend more time on Instagram is good for Instagram, and then Instagram just promotes your content piece more and more and more. So firstly, make longer captions, make them readable, make them fun, use different fonts, and yes, you can be doing that. I will make a whole other video about this, how to style your captions, how to write your captions, but start writing longer captions, start using different fonts, give spaces, use a lot of emojis, add your humor and style to the language, don't make it too formal. The second formula, or the second point that I have for you, is to be using location tags, and I know a lot of people don't use it in the right manner, and this is something that I teach in my program intensively, is that you need to be using location tags because Instagram is now becoming more and more of like a search engine tool, something that primarily was the goal of Google. So people really like to know what kind of people live in their area, right? What kind of jobs, or what kind of hobbies, or what kind of interests people have in their area. So if you say, let's say that you've used the geolocation tag of Delhi, right? So people who are searching for people in Delhi, you will show up there and you will get more profile visits, right? So that's really how this works. So use places which are famous. Also, one more thing that people don't really talk about is you can put up emotional places too. Now, what I mean by that is, and let me just explain before you even skip right from this video, and that is using emotions as places that don't really exist. So you could say happy place, or you could say heaven, or you could say sad place, or you could say learning or motivation, right? Those are not really places on the map of Earth, right? But these are places that people search for, and these are places that some random people have created, and just give it to the Instagram's algorithm. So you could be using these places as well, and this also boosts your profile visits like amazing. For you is to tag users whenever you post. Now, I don't want you to use them in a spammy way, because people would naturally block you or just remove you or just report you, but use it in a manner that is helpful to both you and the other person. So for example, you're using a Lakme product, make sure to tag Lakme India, Lakme official, and all of that. If you're using Nika's product, or if you are using Mintra's service, make sure to tag them, so if they like your content piece, they will repost it or reshare it, and that will again escalate your profile. The fourth tip that I have for you, and I have talked about this so much, and that is to use alternate text. If you don't know what it is, or if you don't know where to find it, let me just explain this really quickly. So whenever you're posting on Instagram, there is a setting called as advanced settings that you see in the bottom. Just click on it, and then you will see all the pictures in your post that you're posting. You can just type one or two lines. So what happens is, if the internet connection is too low, or if Instagram is not able to load the photo or the video for the user, they will at least be able to show what this content is about. And that really helps Instagram algorithm to push your content more. That means more engagement, more visibility, more follow. The next tip that I have for you, and this is again very important, and a lot of people I see do it really, really wrong, and that is the reason I would really want to focus on this a lot, and that is posting on the wrong time. Now, I do know that a lot of people say post at the right time, that really makes a difference, but nobody really talks about when to post. And when you go on the internet, you see all these different times, different days, and different peak hours. But the thing is that those stats are not really, that do not hold true for your account. So the best way to understand what holds true for your account is to go in your insights, analytics, and just figure out when are your followers most active, or figure out which country are your followers belonging to. So if, let's say, most of your followers are from USA, or let's say most of your followers are from India, so post at a time when that following or that usership will be most active. So I call it the lunchtime dinner time formula, wherein figure out the lunchtime or the dinner time of that community and post at that time, because that's when most of the people are active. So it could be 9 p.m, 8 p.m IST, that would be the dinner time, or probably 1 to 3 p.m. That would be the lunchtime. So these are two times when there's heavy traffic on Instagram, especially in India. So make sure that you use that time if you do have a lot of Indian followership. If you have US followership, Italy, Australian, from London, or any other place, figure that out in your analytics and you use that information. Important point that I have for you is to make sure that when you're going to post on Instagram, that you have all of your other social media accounts linked to that Instagram account. So whenever you post, it goes directly to your Twitter and your Facebook page and on any other plugin that you want to use, right? So this really allows for cross media sponsorship, cross media coverage. So you don't really have to worry about, oh my god, am I getting enough visibility? If you already have, or even if you do not really have a base on Twitter or any other profile, so what this would do is eventually it will help you build that followership, that community. And the last and the most awaited tip that I know that you've been waiting for is how to use hashtags and how to find hashtags. So what I promised to you in this video is to give you one amazing formula for you that can help you get loads and loads of more followers just by just repeating using this formula. And let me just give it to you. So let's assume you have roughly 500 followers or 1000 followers. This formula would really work up if you have, let's say, up to 2000 followers. After that, the numbers and the settings of this formula would really change. So do not apply this formula if you have more than 2000 followers, because it will not give you the same kind of results. So let me just dive into the formula. So the formula is that you and I both know that Instagram only gives you 30 hashtags per post to use, okay? I want you to divide those 30 hashtags into 3 different groups. Divide it into 15, 10, and 5. 15 would be posts less than 2 to 3,000, okay? The second one, the 10 hashtags, would belong to, let's say, 5K to 7K. And the third one would belong to 10K, less than 10K, okay? So let me just repeat it for you. 1 to 2K, this would be 5 to 7K, and this would be less than 10K. So what this will really allow you to do is entering smaller communities, entering more niche-based communities, entering communities where people are talking to each other. And once you grow in these small communities, it will become way more easier for you to hit the explore page, for you to dominate in the bigger niches, for you to dominate in the bigger hashtag groups as well. And let's move on to the second part of this video. This is the second part of the video. I am super excited to welcome you to the second part because these parts are becoming longer than I ever intend them to make. In this part, what I will be talking about all the different ways that you could be making your content more engaging, more interesting, more shareable, so that you not only get followers but you get engagement, you get loads of profile visits. So it just never ends. The funnel really never ends. If you don't know what a funnel is, let's assume this is how funnel looks like. So if you have the base really high, you know how it drips at science lab and all of that stuff, so you will just keep getting more and more followers. So always remember this: more profile visits is equal to more followers, lesser profile visits is equal to lesser followers. So let's just get into content ideas that you could be just copy pasting and then repeating for you. The first one that I have for you here is to share a tip. And let me just tell you why I want you to share one single tip in one single post. A lot of people out there do this. They will make a post, let's say static post, and they will put in 5 tips on how to live their best life, or how to avoid anxiety, or how to eat vegan food, or how to become the best dancer ever, right? The problem with that is when you put up 5 tips on the same page, it does not grab a lot of attention. Okay, if it does not grab a lot of attention, there will be no retention rate, and if there's no retention rate, Instagram will think that that post is worthless, useless, and it will just go down the trash, and you don't really want that to happen. By posting only one tip on one single post allows for you to talk about it in more depth, to be more specific about what you mean, and if people really stick on that, use that, they will see results, and it will just share BTS, which is behind the scenes. So let's say you're an entrepreneur, let's say you're a fashionista, a fashion blogger, a beauty blogger, a book reviewer, a stock marketer, a an author, anything. I mean, just name anything. We find every kind of person, professional person on Instagram these days. So no matter what kind of work you do, make sure to share behind the scenes of your work life with people, because people love to know what it is and how it is to live your kind of life. Now again, I would really suggest you to use or to make video content, especially reel content, which is the 15-second video feature that has rolled out in India, to really leverage the power of videos over static content in this step. It polls questions in your in your story stickers, and then use the same question, use the same argument, opinion as your post. So let's say you talked about, do you want me to talk about vegan food, and let's say 90% people say yes, right? So you could take a screenshot of that and make a whole post about that, because you've seen, you've taken feedback from your user base, and they are saying yes, they do want to see stuff like that. So that would just mean that you know that that kind of content would work, and further on you could just develop. The next content tip that I have for you is to share throwbacks. Now don't share throwbacks just like that, you know, just don't put up a random picture of yourself, because those kind of pictures don't work. So if I post like this, or or this doesn't work on Instagram anymore, and you know that, because till the time people don't have that connect with me, it won't work. But if I show a comparison between Nishita of 16 years and Nishita of 21 years, and then I talk about how it's changed, what all things have changed, and make it more personal, and make it more vulnerable, and make it more like motivational kind of a thing, wherein people from my niche could look at me and be like, oh, so that's her journey, that's how she's been, and these are all the things that went down with her. They would be able to take inspiration from it. It would be not a useless post for their feed anymore. So that's how you change a throwback picture into a good content. To talk about and to question people about very important emotional questions. We all know that coronavirus has a huge impact on domestic violence. It has just increased, right? So if you are in that niche, talk about it. Raise questions like that. Let's say you're in the food industry, like let's say you're a food blogger, a healthy food blogger who talks about ways how you could be reducing weight, or reducing acne, or reducing mental problems using the right kind of food, right? So talk about these things and raise questions on these things, on these topics that really go on in the mind of your intended audience. The next kind of content piece is one of my favorites, and I like to send them to my friends all the time. And I'm sure that you love it too. So start making them too. And that is our famous and our loved memes. Now, memes can be funny, they can be sarcastic, and they can be very informational. So try and find your style with them. You can use them as videos. You can just include movie clippings or probably sounds from here, or probably just video clippings that really went viral on YouTube or TikTok, any platform. Use them. Make good memes related to your niche. Again, tutorial videos. Now the release of reels, what you can really be doing is using all the kind of content that you were making for TikTok to repurpose it to make it for Instagram. So let's say you're all about food, or let's say you're all about gardening, so give short tutorials, like 15-second tutorials of the process of things in your reel videos or in your Instagram or 1 minute videos, because that is again an amazing way to pull in more followers. The next point that I have for you is to show what really goes on in your life as an Instagrammer, as a blogger, as a doctor, as a lawyer, as a makeup artist, as an author, or as an athlete. Anything that you are, or anybody who you really are. So talk about what it is or how it is to be you, to be authentically, to be perfectly you, to be imperfectly you. Because the more you talk about your reality, the more people would help, the more it would help people to resonate with you, to be able to make a connect with you, and the more your followers will just increase. The last content piece advice that I have for you is to always make sure that you know what kind of festivals, national holidays are coming up, so that you could be making content at the right time for those things. So whether it be Father's Day, Sister's Day, Pizza Day, Coffee Day, Workers' Day, Black Lives Matter, any movements also that are going on, whether it be Mental Wellness Day or Environment Day, anything that is really going on, make sure that you always raise your opinion, raise your voice, because you are in the end an influencer, and you influence a lot of people when you talk online. So use your voice in the right manner. May you have more followers, and may you just grow and build authentic communities. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.